All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 4 p.m. West Coast time. I'm thinking that might mean it's around 1 p.m. Hawaii time, 7 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 6 p.m. for our Central Time folk. This is Chatter with Statter. I am Mad Statter. We've got Kulika in the house. How's it, Kulika 1965? Good to see you. Looks like Michael Anthony Smith also in the house on the Twitch side. Good to see people coming on in. It should, in theory, be a Twitch YouTube stream today, and it looks like I want to knock my mic around. It also looks like all of the Twitches and all of the YouTubes are coming through on all the sides of all the chats, I think. I don't know why I just said that. I kind of made that up. So let me do some research. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. All right, so going here on the YouTube side, yes, indeedy, we have got a crossover. All right, so since we're semi-prepared, etc., awesome, we've got Kentiki coming in to the YouTube side, and Gina coming on over with the Twitchy Twitchersons and the Twitches who twitched. Love it all. Okay, let's get the party started, and then I want to thank you guys for everything. All right, so let's do it. Okay, excellent. Now, today on Chatter with Statter, we once again will be revisiting some envious scenes that we are not a part of directly, but we are taking part in by proxy from Rick and Darlene. If you've been following, if you know Rick or Darlene and you follow their social media accounts, you'll know where they've been. But my best guess is not everybody in the world follows Rick and Darlene on their social media accounts, so I'm going to be sharing a little bit with what they've shared with me, to share with you, to share all around, so we can continue to be a little bit envious. Envious in the best possible of ways, of course, but just a small kind envious. However, before we do that, you guys, something happened a couple weeks ago that I wasn't aware of until hold on. What on earth? Okay, Kulika, I don't know what it was that you just did other than what I just okayed, but apparently that had to be oh, sometimes the moderation bot gets very confused, and Kulika 1965 merely said Kentiki with little Shaka. I had to approve that. Because apparently the bot thought that was a little bit not. Okay, whatever, bot. It's okay. It's okay. Luckily, though, most of the people here are not bot. Well, I don't know about most of the people. I haven't looked at the live stream list, but I'm going to assume most of you aren't bots. And the reason why I think that most of you aren't bots is because, Michael Anthony Smith, I don't know why it's coming across censored, because I did allow it, but literally the only thing that it says, you're not really missing anything. All it says is Kentiki and then an emote for the Shaka. I don't know why. I don't know why it's censored, but they're feeling a little bit uptight today. They don't have the aloha spirit, clearly. Clearly they do not. However, we do have the aloha spirit. So, for those of you who haven't been around since the beginning, July 3rd, 2001 is when the very first Chatter with Statter stream went out. It was 15 minutes long. I was terrified. I had one person I was talking to, Kamawela Man, the wonderful artist who created this honu that you oftentimes see me in. Now, from that point, for the most part, with exceptions, of course, like when I was out of town or when I was sick, we've been hanging out at least once or twice a week. and plugging along. No real vision, no real nothing. The start of the show was merely was done with the intent of, I don't know, let's learn together. Let's show off what we don't know. Let's not wait until it's perfect, and let's just do it. So, with loving arms, the community supported me, and we just did it. But after a while, you know, when you've got no vision, you've got no plan, you've got no whatever, sometimes you're just chugging along, trying to do things and stuff, and it's not necessarily, you feel like you're not really going anywhere. And maybe you're not. Maybe you're just going through the paces to warm up for when you're going to get ready to go somewhere. I don't know. It's hard to say. All I know is, because I do this as a hobby and we hang out together, not because I'm trying to become some sort of YouTube star. I don't really know what I'm planning on doing with this platform, but as you guys know, most folks who are content creators also have a real job in like the real life. I have a real job in my real life. That is obviously where I make my money and what I'm focused on. I would love to not be focused on making taxes, managing a tax office, but alas, that's not really, this is not intended to change that. Okay, rambling. I know. Anyway, because I'm doing this mostly as a hobby, and because, well, I'm not really very smart when it comes to these things, I don't really know how to read a lot of the YouTube analytics. Therefore, I don't really pay too much attention to the analytics. I don't pay attention to much of it at all. But I was in YouTube Studio, and before I continue with this, I need to do something very important. There we go. Got that music. So, the other day, I was getting into the YouTube background analytics, and I noticed something. And this is something that made me very happy, and I have very little to do with it. In fact, I don't have anything to do with it. You guys are the ones to blame for this. You guys, I got a new achievement unlocked. I don't know how big of a deal this achievement is, but YouTube seems to think it's a big deal. And 10,000 views this channel has gotten in over the span of 2 years. Oh sure, I'm sure some people went viral a lot quicker than that, but 10,000 views is what this channel has earned so far on the YouTube side alone, and for that, I am forever grateful, because I could watch my videos 10,000 times, and YouTube would know it's just me press and play over and over again. You don't get 10,000 views without a bunch of different viewers. And so Michael Anthony Smith, exactly, super nice. I was kind of stoked about that. So then I went in just a smidge deeper, and let's see here. Hey, Pacola T, extra K today. I can appreciate that. Yesterday was the tax deadline. I slept late today, and I was thinking about calling in sick, but I did have the show prepped, and I did want to share with everybody this sort of new achievement that we all unlocked, because I did not unlock this achievement. This achievement can only be done by people like you watching this show. So if you watch it, keep watching. If you like it, keep liking. If you've subscribed to it, we'll keep subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed to it, well then by all means, follow, subscribe, whatever. It's free. It's free. So 10,000 views made me super stoked. But then I think, now this I'm making up. I don't know this for certain, but based on this, boop. Okay. Based on this graphic, now I guess this graphic goes back all the way to 2011. And as we know, I didn't have any content in 2011. So the content over here on the far right hand side, that's like all my viewers, right? Okay. So the purple lines are all returning viewers. These are all people who've seen me before. But those blue lines near the end, those are new viewers. Those are new people that have discovered this channel. And I think a lot of, maybe not all of it, but I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that we got the 10,000 view milestone. And I think, and this is where I'm making stuff up, I think though that YouTube like sort of bumps the channel up in their algorithm once you hit certain milestones, and so they're exposing the content to more people. Maybe. I don't know for certain. Like I said, I'm totally making this up. So Kentiki, right? Yeah, you've been podcast curious, and this subject is very interesting. Yeah, I need to now that I know that I've unlocked the 10,000 viewers. I think that here, hold on. I think that I really do think that the 10,000 somehow kicks you into a new level of YouTube algorithm, which then makes it more accessible to people. Hey, it looks like Kenny from the Cove is on the YouTube side. Good to see you. You are here, and thanks to people like you, we are all here and getting 10,000 views, achievement unlocked on the YouTube side. And so my point of all this rambling is, now that there's 10,000 views, part of the reason why I didn't pay too much attention to the analytics behind my YouTube, the YouTube channel since then is a lot of the analytics they didn't really apply. A lot of them came back with not enough data to tell you anything. But now that we've hit the 10,000 mark, I've gone through and I'm noticing that maybe there is more data and the analytics are starting to really be able to kick in. And so I need to watch some YouTube videos on how to interpret analyzing the analytics of the YouTube videos. But we are actually obviously gaining, as we've seen in this. Hold on, where did it go? As we can see with this little graphic, all of those blue lines are new viewers. Now, the most awesome thing about this is, with an attention span of less than 0 that social media has given us, my average view duration, apparently, 20 minutes. You guys, what the flying fork? 20 minutes as an average view duration for an hour-and-a-half show? I have no idea if that metric is good or not, but I consider it fabulous. 20 minutes worth of view time is basically the equivalent of a half an hour television show. A half an hour television show is roughly 22 minutes. So the simple fact that this chat stream is averaging a view duration of 20 minutes means that all you in the Flippin' Flirpin' Statterbox crew are what is making this happen. This is, obviously I am hosting the space for this creation to evolve and become into it. But these metrics, these achievements, they're absolutely not reflection of just me. Not even close. Like I said, I could watch all of my videos over and over and over again, and never would I get that metric. And so, Uncle Algorithm and Antilytics for the win. Exactly, Polity. And so, even though I don't have anything necessarily to celebrate with you guys, it's just this random show. I think we're probably at show 179, show 180 or whatever. And it was 2 weeks ago that this achievement was unlocked. Didn't even know it happened. All I know is this is accumulation of efforts on all of our parts. Now, I want to show one other video, no, not video, one other, nope, that's not it. There we go. One other graphic. Okay, so we've got the average view duration, right? Okay, so at the beginning of the stream's life back in the July of 2021, you could see, these high, purple streaks. That's the average duration, right? But look at that little tiny bit all in the middle right there, where it's just like, dude, short. You guys, that was, a year's worth of a whole lot of nothing. Plugging along, not a lot of people, things were getting low, and, there's some questioning that goes on in my mind. What is the point of this stream? What is the direction of this stream? Where am I taking this stream? What is what? There's no evolution to this. There's, what are you doing, man? That little boop-a-doop-a-doom right there in the middle between those bookends, it was a plugging along kind of moment. Just doing it, getting used to, getting into the scheme of things, the chat patterns, just practicing, I guess. Honestly, practicing. Just practicing. And you guys hung through the practice mode, and so now, we've sort of, I think we've graduated from T-ball to maybe like, I don't know, what's the next one up? Like little kids softball, tag football. I don't really know. I don't do sports. I don't really know. But either way, we have plugged through, and we're continuing to plug along, but it's only because of everyone who's been here. Maybe not every day. Maybe, sometimes there'll be weeks that I don't see some of you. You still come back, and there's always been a little, there's always been amazing support from the Hamajang gang, the Satterbox Ohana, Satterbox crew, and yes, Michael Anthony Smith, discovering that was an amazing moment. It happened last night in a fit of exhaustion after finishing the tax deadline yesterday. It was a beautiful sort of cherry on top of a very stressful day, actually. So it was a beautiful thing, and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys, because like I said earlier, I almost called in sick today. I'm actually not feeling very good, but I couldn't hold on to this info any longer. I really wanted to I just wanted to thank you guys. And so I have no idea what number stream we're at, but I do know that we've hit the 10,000 view mark, and that might help propel us into the 15,000 view range one day. I have no idea what the next milestone is to go for, but it doesn't matter, because that's not really what's motivating me. What's motivating me is just to keep doing this, having fun, and I know that I am having fun, and I think because we've got Kenny from the Cove here often, we've got Michael Andy Smith here often, Cola T's here as often, and when Cola T's not here, she's still even here because she's sending me pictures of where it is that she just was, or whatever. So, all you guys create this show, all you guys actively participate and further create this show, and for the people like Shock, who's in the background, wielding the sword of no mercy, people have also supported this show in ways that you cannot necessarily see. Shock would be a perfect example, though she is not necessarily here chatting every single flippin' day. Any of the restream commands, or whatever, the stream elements commands that might exist in this channel are because of Shock. Shock acting in the background as the moderator. So we've got a team of people here, both seen and unseen, to thank for what is happening here. And so I really want to make it clear that I'm super, super stoked and super thankful for all of it. And then Kenny, you normally wouldn't trust YouTube's algorithms or their analytics, but in the case of Status Positive Stats, you believe. That is very sweet, Kenny. I do okay. I would like to say that I trust their analytics, but I just admitted I don't really know how to read them. So, I mean, I don't really know enough to know whether or not I should trust them. But I do think that they are helpful. Well, Andy pays attention to them, and he seems to know what they're all about, and so I'm going to assume they're helpful a little bit. But like I said, I don't really know how to read them, so you know. And then and then I've got my Ken Casey, Kenny from the Cove, the frequent Ed McMahon intros. That is exactly it. Like I said, this whole project is created by all of us. And Kentiki, that's good stuff, encouraging news for you to hang in there. Subject matter like Mary Monarch probably helped ratings. I don't know. Hard to say. I assumed so as well. But then I looked at some of the analytics and it was like, well, no, some of those spikes came in way earlier before the Mary Monarch stuff. So who knows? And okay, Kenny, we will see you soon. We will see you soon. So I don't know. I have no idea what exactly spurred that boom spike all of a sudden, because it did seem to be all of a sudden. Now, the one thing that I can correlate to the spike, I happened to randomly make a comment on another content creator's page, a gentleman named Bo of the Fifth Column. If you follow him, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, no worries. It really doesn't matter who he is, other than the fact that he does have almost 1 million followers, right? I made a comment on one of his videos that gained a lot of traction. And within that comment, I did mention I was a content creator. After that comment got a lot of traction, I noticed that my subscribers went up by about 10%. And so I believe that at that moment, that was one of the factors. But just because I gained 14 viewers over the span of a week, I don't know if it accounts for all of that increase. If I knew how to read the analytics better, I might have a better idea. But I don't. But what I do know is, I was hoping today we could take a visit again back to the North Shore and the vacation that we all wish we were on. And okay, maybe you don't wish you were on this vacation. That's fine. I'll wish it for you. I'll wish doubly hard. Okay? Okay. Now, Darlene sent up another, actually, we have got pictures galore. We've got videos galore. We're going to start with the videos, and then we're going to go from there. All right. So, Darlene has sent in some videos, and we're gonna do they're 3 separate very short videos that sort of, she had to send them in 3 bits because of her tech on the island, it didn't want to do the whole video. And had yesterday been any other day except for the last day of the tax season, I would have stitched these all together. But I didn't have the bandwidth last night to even bother. So we're just going to watch them choppity chop the way they came in. You'll be able to follow the storyline. I promise you. I promise. All right. So first video. Here we go.
This is the other part or other side of the wraparound lanai that sees the other part of the place we're staying at, which has raised flower beds and garden and papaya trees galore. To continue, here's the raised garden bed. Coconut tree, papaya tree. Such a pretty place we got lucky to get. The papayas aren't quite ripe yet. This is the back. We traded in our big car for the car we wanted. the smaller car that wasn't a gas hog. That's the gate in and the red locking gate. Next to the property is a public park with a beach access lane. This is where public people can come down to the beach and sit on the beach and see the beautiful sunsets. And it goes all the way up the property, excuse the post, to the other beach access.
All right, so that is the house. Pretty much the 360, because if you remember last stream, we did get to see the beachfront portion of that property. So I have no idea how many bedrooms, bathrooms, beds, etc. are in that place where they're at. But what I do notice is get plenty parking. So once again, you know, just dreaming big dreams out loud. Plenty parking. If there's plenty beds, maybe a couple of us could go in and get that piece of property for a month. You know, I don't know, you know, we might not all be able to stay for a month, you know, week here, week and a half there, 2 weeks there, overlap with this, overlap with that. We could get a whole Hamajang gang, I think, all up in there. I really do. And Michael Anthony Smith, you're going to go to bed. You don't feel well. You're sorry. I can appreciate that, honey bunches. And I don't feel that good either. So you go to bed for me as well. You go night-night. Go moi-moi. You go sleep for me. You go sleep for you. So I totally understand. And so, yeah, exactly, Kentiki. Hawaiian tourism is pretty much all year long. Great weather, beautiful beaches, so much more. Precisely. And so if we found, now, tourism is, you know, all year round to a degree. That being said, there are seasons where things are, the flights are a little cheaper, etc., etc. So, so one day, if we ever get our dreams coordinated, we might be able to pick a good time of the year where it's not too expensive, and that particular dream house that Rick and Darlene are staying in, you know, seems to me the first pick in housing, perhaps. Now, obviously, if it's only got 1 bedroom, 1 bath, then these dreams are all shattered. They're completely shattered, but right now, I'm going to assume that there's enough beds and bedrooms and bathrooms for a whole Hamajang gang in that little place. And so, all right, so that was the movies we've got, right? Now here is, hold on, wait, what's going on here? Here's a plant that's in the yard that Darlene took a picture of. And then Rick decided to show us some gorgeous sunset photos. Look at that sunset photo, right? That's supremely awesome. But I think, okay, you guys, obviously we can't judge yet, but this one might be the best pick ever. Look at that rainbow in the ocean from their front porch right there. Can y'all see that rainbow? I can see that rainbow. Rick took a pic of that rainbow. And yeah, that's right. That's right. We've got ourselves a rainbow. And there you have it. So, let's see here. So, those are some things to make us jealous. Now, I wanted to also see if, oh wait, let's see what Kentucky has to say. We got a tourist trade here in Nevada City, European, Asian, Germans, but it's only around the harvest season, September to November. Right, there you go. That makes sense. But yeah, Hawaii though, generally during their wetter time is not necessarily the biggest tourism draw, except of course if the North Shore swells are going off. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons at a lot of different times a year for the Hawaiian tourism industry to pop off. But as a general rule, it seems like summertime is really the peak season, which for me is kind of weird. It's like, why would you go to a hot place during the summer? I would rather go to Hawaii like in February, but that's my cold bones from Pacific Northwest speaking there, right? Right. All right, so we got to look at, let's see, where is it? We got to look at one of the plants that was in the series of pictures that Darlene sent to us. However, I would like to play a game called Where's Carl? Now, here's the picture that we'll be looking at. Where is Carl? Right? Okay, well, before we go looking for Carl, you probably are like, what is Carl? Because we have a Carl here, but our Carl is not who we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. This is Carl. My friend Lola, Bipolar Lola, she moved to Hawaii. And when she moved to Hawaii, she noticed that Carl was always at her house. Who is Carl? Carl is every gecko that lives in her house. Almost every gecko that lives in her house. So, that's Carl. Look at Carl. There's Carl saying hi. And then we've got another picture of Carl coming up here real gosh darn soon. Oh, look, Carl being so silly. Carl upside down. That's right. Now, this is not Carl in Arkansas. This is Carl in Hawaii. Carl being a scissor licker. That's right. He's licking the scissors because there's something tasty on the scissors. And then there's Carl. He's hanging out on the orange trees. Hanging out. Just being Carl. Just being Carl. There's Carl again. Literally hanging out. Now, sometimes there's Mike. See, Mike is not Carl. Mike is not Carl. We think this one's Mike. So occasionally there's a Mike in with a Carl. This one's Mike. This one's Carl. All right. Now, the big question of the day is, assuming it's Carl, where is Carl? Can anybody spot Carl in this picture? I know where Carl is. Took me a minute to find Carl, but I finally saw Carl. And so I figured we could play a little game. Where's Carl? Who's Carl? What's Carl? Where's Carl? Okay, so Kenny, you think you see Carl on the hose? Anybody else spot a Carl that they think they see? Carl to Geico, I need some insurance. Can you hook me up? Exactly. Carl the Gecko from Geico might be hanging on the hose. Do other people think that he's hanging on the hose? And I will tell you, to my eyes, there is only one Carl in this picture. And so it looks like Kenny might be the only one who has some eagle eyes. Gina, not sure. Fair enough, Gina, because admittedly, this is not the best picture. I'm not gonna lie, but I still thought, well, I'm gonna give it a whirl. Alrighty, so for those of you who are wondering, where's Carl? There's Carl. That's where Carl is. Carl is right there. So I'm pretty sure Kenny from the Cove was looking at Carl this whole time, thinking, yeah. That's Carl. That's not Mike. That's Carl. I can tell it's Carl. It's not Mike. Mike's over there. I mean, he's just out of frame. That's Carl, though. Yeah. That's Carl. It's Carl. Getting from the Cove, would our future president lie about Carl's whereabouts? Well, I'm not saying that you were lying. I'm just saying that I'm not so sure where exactly on the hose you thought you saw him. And so there you go. Yeah, Ken Tiki says lower hose, and we've got that circular thing to let you know that's where Carl is. Now remember, That's what Carl is. That's what Mike is. All right? Don't get the two confused. They don't like it when you call Carl Mike and Mike Carl. That's just how that works. All right, so we have seen the rainbow. We have seen the sunset. But have we seen the RickFoot? And the trail the RickFoot left when he emerged from the ocean. That's right, RickFoot was here. But then, you know what RickFoot went and did? Do you know what RickFoot went and did? RickFoot, he went to roller derby. He went to a roller derby event and officiated roller derby. Do you guys believe me? Do you believe me that RickFoot went to roller derby? Because you shouldn't. You shouldn't believe me at all. I lied. That wasn't RickFoot, that was Santa. And Santa never left the Pacific Northwest. That's my friend Santa. He is a roller derby official for Dockyard Derby Dames. In fact, he was one of the officials that took over for the non-skating officials after I left the league. And even though RickFoot is everywhere, so is Santa. And I've got proof. I have got proof that RickFoot and Santa are everywhere. And one more time, because I just think it's cute and funny. Seriously, doesn't that kind of look like Rick? I mean, I'll admit Santa is shorter than Rick. But seriously, I was going through my pictures and this came through my Facebook feed yesterday and I was like, my first thought was, what is Rick doing at roller derby? And alas, it was not Rick, it was Santa. So there you go. Okay. All right. So these are only some of the pictures, my friends. Like, are you kidding me? I've got more. Oh yeah, I've got more. Oh yeah, I got more. But let's see here. Kenny from the Cove. Don't know if you really believe in RickFoot. You mean you've heard lots of eyewitness stories, but you've never seen it myself. You want to believe. Well, not Rick, excuse me. Kenny, look, if I can come up with proof of Santa, then I think that we can figure out how to get proof of RickFoot. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Look, that might be a RickFoot sighting. Are you kidding me? Do you know where RickFoot might be with this particular set of pictures? Anyone? Anyone? I know if Miles was here, he would know. That should maybe be a hint. And that's Darlene, and that should maybe be another hint where they be, where they stay, where stay. And if you've ever been to where they're at, this definitely is a picture of where they're at. You don't miss that. And a little further out now, looking at the little beach sidesies. And right there should be the major clue, which is, of course, the clue we started out with. Indeed, it is Haleiwa Town, where Rick and Darlene hung out. I believe that was maybe yesterday. Might have been today. Might have been no, not today. I don't know when they were there, but they were there. And there's proof that they were there. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little drive through Haleiwa Town with a video that I made when I was there. And then when we come back, I don't know. We'll do something when I come back. We'll do something. Let's go. Let's go to Haleiwa.
Sparkle in your eyes, 'cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. When we're alone, holding you so close, and I'm looking in your eyes. Take me, I will give you love, girl, one more time for reason. I hear your heart beating. Give me, give me, give me love. In the evening when the moon is shining so bright, the Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. Take me, take me. We're here on Maui, hey, the Valley Island, under a moonlit sky. Take me, walk along the shoreline. We will last forever. Let's go there together. Give me, give me, give me love. In the evening when the moon is shining so bright, the Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. Give me, give me love. In the evening when the moon is shining so bright, the Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. I'm dreaming of you right now. Take me, take me. Yeah. Keia o mai kai, kapi o ke anue. This is my first time that I've seen you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oi, kulama. Amamoa aku ke konane akamahina. I feel the misty cool wave upon my skin. Yeah, 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 Kalimaka, and dreams become real, for you are here. Hey, 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 hey.
All right, there we have it. So let's see here. Yeah, you know, Kenny, we're not talking about him today. We're not talking about him. You can bring him back into the topic if he comes by. It comes by naturally, but there's no need to force the issue. We had plenty of fun at his expense last stream. So yeah, you know, Kentiki, like I said, I think a lot of the houses that I was looking at, you know, you're looking at a $3,000 housing bill for the month, at least, and I think that okay, this is pure conjecture on my part, but I think the reason why you need to rent things by the month is to get around the local ordinances that have been created for disallowing Airbnb and vacation rental by owner units. So Airbnb and VRBO, vacation rental by owner, they, you know, in many jurisdictions, they'll rent you the house for the weekend. They'll rent you the house for the week. But in tight housing markets, such as Seattle, such as on Oahu, there have been laws that have been passed that don't allow for that. Unless you have a special permit for short-term rentals, your property is only legal to be rented on a month-by-month basis. And so what these owners are doing, they're acting as though these houses are legitimate rentals on the rental market to be rented as a month-by-month basis. But actually, what they're really doing, of course, they're not advertising to the local population who actually needs housing. They're advertising to and marketing to the vacation population that is going to be in the area for a couple weeks or the entire month. For instance, the last few years that Miles has been coming to the islands, Miles has rented a house on Haleiwa for the entire month. And even though Miles might be in the island for the entire month, that house that he rented is sitting empty for a lot because he might be a week on Hawaii, a week on, in Maui, a week on different part of Oahu, etc., etc. And so, because it was required to rent that entire month, even though Miles wasn't necessarily going to need the home for the entire month, Miles was required to rent the home for the entire month. And by the way, it wasn't just Miles, it's anybody who wants to get a home that is not, that hasn't been permitted for the short-term vacational rentals. Basically, you're going to need to rent a home for an entire month, which can be kind of costly. But if you're going to rent the home for the entire month, might as well use it. Now, what is going on with Cola Tea? I missed this. So, okay, Kaden, back into stream. Last night we had severe wind and rain. 25,000 people without power on Oahu, and traffic signals out downtown. What a pain in the Okole there, Cola Tea. That is I don't want to be downtown with no signals. Oh no. And Kenny from the Cove is asking if Colchi's okay. Had some water below our windows, pulled up on patios, but no wind damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, pulled up on patios, no big deal at all. No wind damage. That is the best thing to hear. Now, I did not realize that there was such a big storm last night, but that would explain this set of pictures. Oh yeah, did you think we were done with Rick and Darlene's pictures? No. This set of pictures that that Darlene sent of Kaena Point, and it definitely looked like there was some weather on the horizon. So let's take a look-see. Okay, well, that's not weather. That's just a pretty flower. That's just pictures of pretty flowers. But there'll be more. See, now that looks like there was maybe some weather, thinking about being weathery. Now, obviously, I do not know because I was not there. But as you can see, the water's not quite as blue as those blue waters we're used to. And there does seem to be some clouds in the air. So, that is Kaena Point. And we're going to get to another sign in a minute so you guys can have an idea. Because no, unfortunately, I did not grab a map. If I was thinking, I would have. But that's Kaena Point State Park. It's way on the west side. And so, kind of past Waianae. And let's see here. So, Ken Tiki, you need to broker a deal to trade your Nevada City cabin for a stay in Hawaii. Yeah, you know, if you've got the way you can trade like that, that'd be super awesome. Hey, Soda Wax, testing. Is this thing on? Yes, indeedy. We right now are looking at some pictures taken by our friends who are currently in Hawaii, and looking at how they got some weather, and apparently it was like kind of some big deal weather. And we've also, by the way, you know what? I forgot to say hello to Puzzy Cat. Puzzy Cat came in when we were watching that video earlier. So hey, Puzzy Cat, good to see you. Soda Wax, good to see you. I want to let you guys know it's thanks to all of viewers like you guys that we unlocked a new achievement on YouTube a couple weeks ago. But I just found out about it last night. And that is, boom! We have hit 10,000 views on the channel. And if it weren't for new viewers and returning viewers and viewers in general, this would never have happened. And so I want to thank all y'all for being here and watching everything. And then I also want to brag. So here's another little metric, and just pay attention to the lines at the end of the metric. All those purple lines are people who've been here before and have come back. But all those blue lines, those are new peoples who have been exposed to this channel and helped bring us to that 10,000 views. And I'll tell you what, I am so flippin' thankful for anyone and everyone. Every little bit counts. Because as I said earlier, I could watch my videos over and over again 10,000 times. And the computer would know that it's just one person watching your stuff, and that is not 10,000 views. I could not get 10,000 views on my own. No. I couldn't get 10,000 views with a bunch of robots either. No. Those are people. People like you, Creighton Statterbox crew, who've come in and unlocked that achievement. Like I said earlier, I don't really know if that achievement being unlocked does anything for the channel, but I do suspect that it might kick in an extra level of boost in the algorithms. At least that's what I'm hoping, that YouTube is now like thinking about maybe paying attention to this, right? Maybe paying attention to this stream. And that, at this point, is as much as we can hope for. And so, Pacola T, most of the islands are on flood watch through Wednesday. Well, hopefully, Pacola T, you're a proud purple person. I appreciate all the proud purple people. But you know what? I also appreciate the blue people, because you can't be a purple people until you go through the blue person phase. So, I love my blue people, but I especially love my purple people. And Nicola T, I don't think, I hope that you're not too much of in a floodplain, but I really do hope that Rick and Darlene are going to be okay, because they're actually like as low as it gets, you know, they're like at sea level. They're at the beach, you guys. You guys, they're at the beach. Okay, so I have got one very random video to play for you guys, but I don't have it queued up yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a Lono listening break as per usual. And this particular Lono song I chose on purpose because, hold on, let's get back here. Because it's this little graphic, that average view of 20 minutes, that little bit in the middle where it's all low and it's chugga 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 chugga, nothing's going on, nothing's happening, don't know what we're doing. It was during that time that, you know, self-doubt creeps in, and sometimes you just have to remind yourself that someone still believes. Even if it's just you that still believes in yourself, that is what you need to do. And so, that brings us to our Lono listening moment, Still Believe in You.
Okay, back. Okay, let's go. Weather's getting cold. Am I just getting older than everyone that I know? Here comes the grays, and nothing feels better than blues. Where are all the clowns that used to make us laugh? Don't give up, there is a dream. You're not making up stories again. And I don't know if making up is what it's all about. Yeah, will you come back home again while I'm still singing my best friend and I still believe in you. Yes, I still believe in you. Better get out of the way. You've been holding up for so long. Have another round, and everything's okay. Bitter than sweet, sitting around and just eating the world away till everybody's gone. Don't give up, there is a dream. You're not making up stories again. And I don't know if making up is what it's all about. Yeah, will you come back home again? Well, I'm still singing my best friend and I
All right, there we have it. Excellent. So, little inspiring song there for everyone from Lono. Pussycat, thank you so much for throwing down all the love toward Lono. Kenny, then you saw her stream. Now you're a believer. Excellent. There we have it. All right, so I got the thing set up, sort of, and hopefully, yeah, Gina, exactly. No, it's a good song, and like if you listen to it, it's sort of a heart wrencher, actually. So I don't know if Soda Wax is still in the house, but Soda Wax is a friend of mine from the East Coast Italian, and we don't have a lot of like Italians over on the West Coast, so I totally appreciate the friendship that Soda Wax and I have. And now, because we wouldn't have a stream without talking just a little bit about food, right? I've got a video for you by this content creator on YouTube. It's a couple. The woman, her name is Jessie. She is from America. Her husband, he is Alessio. He is from Italy. He's very picky about his Italian food. He's very picky about his food. He will admit when American food is better than Italian food, etc., etc. So he's not blinded by Italian food being the superiorness, but he will full on call the food out if it's good or bad or ugly. For instance, when he was in France recently, he had a cookie that was really like from a super high-end bakery, and like they stood in line for it, and apparently like it's the best cookie in the world. He took one bite, threw it down. Die! He says, Cedric, that was the baker, America does cookies better than you, he says to a French patisserie chef. So he absolutely has been known to acknowledge the good foods. And Picola T, you love this couple, they're hilarious. They really are. Now, I'm not actually gonna show you a super hysterical video of theirs, although, well, anyway, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna let Alessio from Italy explain to you guys how to buy your pasta, what to look for when you're buying pasta. Now, he's the first to admit buying this kind of pasta is expensive and difficult to find in America, and he will also tell you in this video, don't not buy the pasta you like just because of what he said. But if you're trying to go the extra mile and you really want to fancy pants up your pasta, this is how to fancy pants your pasta. So let's see if I can get this video rolling. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Hey there, Kayla. Good to see you. We are about to have a lesson on how to buy the proper kind of pasta. All right. Hopefully we can get this rolling. Let's see.
Okay, Amore, how to choose the pasta. So you see here is two different colors, right, Amore?
Yes, one is like ivory and one is pretty dark yellow.
Okay, so what is the difference between the colors? One, this color, it is dry more fast. So in a high temperature, like 100 degrees or more, and really, really fast. This, it is a big problem because this is not good pasta. This actually is dry at low temperatures and a long time. So 3 days or whatever. But the temperature here is fundamental. The temperature need to be between 35, 40, 45. Why you need the dry pasta at low temperature? If you go high temperature, is creating a furosina. What is the furosina? A bad things that the grain make. I don't know exactly chemically how it's formed, but with the high temperature, is forming in the pasta, and then when you eat it, it's bad for your liver, for your kidneys, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it's forming in any single product from oven or
Not my cookies.
even your cookies.
No.
Yes.
Tell me you're lying.
No. Even the cookies or the pizza.
Pizza.
High temperature, you form the furosina. Yes. So when you dry the pasta at low temperature, the furosina is not making, at least it's making, but less.
But not as much.
It's not enough.
Which is important if you eat pasta as often as we do.
Exactly. But this is not all when you choose the pasta, because yes, the color could be a factor, but sometimes they trick you. Okay? So, example, you see this pasta? Here is right, lenta lavorazione.
Slow process.
So, already here means, oh, lenta lavorazione.
Low temperature is slow drying.
Exactly. But this, you need to see lenta lavorazione, yes, but what temperature? This actually brand don't tell us the temperature that they're gonna actually work in lenta lavorazione, because for it's not in the dictionary, it's not specified what means lenta lavorazione. Somebody could be 6 hours, could be lenta lavorazione, you know, and then make this kind of pasta, this kind of color. For them, it's lenta lavorazione. You remember 48, 36 hours, 3 days, you know, at least, and then the temperature. Then I write here the temperature, but I want to make you another example. In this example, you know, the color is almost the same, right? Not example between this and this, what you're gonna choose?
This.
Exactly, you're gonna change. In the packaging, they don't tell us what kind of temperature it is work this kind of pasta. I can figure out from the color that we are there, but I don't have exact metrics, okay? There we go. Can see?
Yeah, there's a gradient from lightest to medium.
Yes. Obviously, remove this. Which one do you gonna choose? Maybe you need a couple for see better the difference, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely this.
Definitely that. I don't say that this is a bad quality pasta, you know? But in the packaging, they don't even in the website, they don't tell me how much temperature is gonna be dry out. In this packaging, we have 48 gradi, you see?
Yes, I see.
That is this pasta that I was holding. This pasta, that is the only one can find in the United States. You know, it's really hard to find a good pasta. It have a big price too. I think, I don't want it to be wrong, $7 or $8 for this. Okay?
Wow.
Yes. Well, when you buy a premium steak, you buy a lot of money, right?
You're right. It's the same as when you buy like
A
organic
premium,
vegetables
everything.
versus non-organic vegetables.
So exactly. So if you want a premium pasta, this is the price. In my opinion, $7 is not that expensive, because if you divide $7 for one meal, for two people here, it is actually 3 or 4 meals. So how much could be? Maybe, let's say 3 meals here. So 7 divided by 3 and you have your number. It's not that much. With a little bit the tomato sauce, it's not that expensive in my opinion. And then you have premium pasta. If you eat a lot of pasta, you go in this direction. I don't want to say nothing about the other brands because I eat this brand, you know, I use this, it's hard to find this. For color wise, you know, we have maybe close, so why not? But I never go at this direction, you see? And then it is the most in the shelves in the United States.
This is easier and faster to make more, so they want to make more profit.
When you're looking for a pasta, what you need to do? First of all, you look at the color, more ivory, you know, and more the pasta is good. Second of all, you need to check the packaging,
The timing and the temperature.
the timing and the temperature. Here they said che lenta essiccazione, 60 hours. It is some packaging can actually write even how much furosina it is inside. It need to be really low furosina. In every package you can find in the United States, nobody writing nothing. So you need to go by the color. If they write lenta essiccazione don't trust, go to their website, see it, what the numbers they put it on. Sorry guys, I need to interrupt this because when I was editing I forgot something. So this problem, it is not just in the United States, it is in Italy too. So big brands, they dry this pasta really fast with high temperature, and then it's high Frosina. But this video don't want to make you think, oh, don't buy that brand's the pasta, you choose yourself. This is just information how to choose a good pasta. So obviously, if you want to buy a premium pasta, you need to look the temperature, how many hours was dry, okay? After that, you can choose your pasta because it's less Frosina. It's just information, you keep eating your pasta where you want, and that's it. Now we're gonna give you a bonus. We're gonna make you a pasta with spinaci. So if you want a recipe, just follow more this video. So now we're gonna make a pasta. Today we're doing crema di spinaci. A little bit of olive. So we put our spinaci.
Fresh from the garden.
Okay, we buy the spinaci at Costco, okay? We were in New York. We cannot grow stuff.
It's also the dead of winter right now. So.
Oh, yes.
All right, so if you want to get the recipe that they were making, just look up Jessie and Allessio and then how to buy pasta, and it should take you to that. Because we only watched the first half of the video, which was the pasta buying instructions. We're not going to watch how he made his spinach pasta, which, by the way, it looked really good once they did make it all, and it looked really simple too. And yeah, Pussycat, totally. $7 or $8, and quality, $7 or $8 a pound for pasta. That is absolutely outrageous, to say the least. But at the same time, if you want to just, take your pasta to the next level, like if you're, if you want to impress your date for a first date worth of pasta or whatever, you might want to splurge a little bit. And actually for me, as a single person, it will take me, a pound of pasta will last me many servings. And so really it's like, oh, so it's $1 worth of pasta, whatever. Like, now, if you are a pasta-heavy family or have a very large family, etc., obviously these premium pastas are not what you're going to do. But I found the information to be interesting in the sense that, you want to look for the 48 to 72 hours. You want to look for way less than 100 degrees Celsius for the drying temperature. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. And Pussycat, first off, you better make your meatballs yourself, because let me tell you, I'm not Italian, nor am I Swedish, because they do meatballs too, apparently. But but coming from a house where my mom only, handmade her meatballs, when I am at other people's houses, or the like one time that I bought pre-made meatballs, oh my God, what are people thinking? I mean, I understand that making meatballs is kind of a time-consuming event. I get it. But, pre-made meatballs, what do they put in that to make it taste? It's like Taco Bell meat or something in there. It's just not good at all. So yeah, you better, so Pussycat, you better be making your own meatballs. Now, Pussycat, I am curious. Yeah, Gina, exactly. They're just awful. I don't know what kind of filler they use to make frozen meatballs that texture, but it just yeah, exactly, Sodawax. It takes you all day to make meatballs. I know, right? And I still, by the way, haven't had that gravy that you say is left over at your house. Are you gonna be where you know I'm gonna be later tonight? Bring me some gravy, a gravy baby. Yeah, and it's so worth it from what I understand. And so yeah, but basically the lighter the pasta, the better, apparently. Now, before I knew that, no, that's not true. Shortly after I saw that video originally, I went to Trader Joe's and I bought a little bag of pasta that was kind of white. And I will say, like, I'm still eating off that bag. And I have to say, you know, there is a difference in texture. There is a difference in flavor. It really is a better pasta. Like, it really is. Now, whether or not it's up to individual tastes, whether or not it's so much better that it's worth the extra money. Obviously, that's a cost benefit ratio that you're going to have to figure out for your own self. But for me, a single person who doesn't eat pasta that often and who, like, yeah, actually, I think it's kind of worth it. I really do think it's kind of worth it. And oh, good, Soda Wax! Yay! I'm so excited to get the gravy. I hear is super good from Soda Wax's house. And Piccola tea, do you freeze your pasta? I portion leftover spaghetti and freeze. It reheats beautifully without boiling a huge pot of water. Piccola tea, I generally don't, I actually usually measure out my pasta like 56 grams, you know, per serving kind of thing. So I usually don't have leftover. And part of the reason why I do that is because I will just eat all the pasta in the world if it's there. But there have been a couple times that I have refrozen, not spaghetti, but like some fettuccines. And yeah, I don't know how the high-end pasta refreezes, but you know, the regular Barilla, however you say that. I don't know. I've frozen it and it's, you know, it's all good. When you reheat it, that is. And then, Pussycat, I am curious. You also said that you make your sauce by yourself. I am curious about your sauce because recently I've gotten into like the simplest of sauces, and I learned the recipe from Alessio on this that we just saw. And basically it's the San Marzano tomatoes, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of onion. Grate the onion, by the way, is what I've learned. You grate the onion so you get all the onion juice, and then the onion just sort of melts into. You don't have to chop it. You grate the onion with a box grater. Picking up what I'm laying down, guys. So you got your olive oil, you've got your grated onion, you've got your tomato from your San Marzano tomatoes. You got your salt, you got your pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic, maybe a little bit of basil, and that's basically it. And I just like to let it simmer and get all the flavors together, and then that simple tomato sauce on top of some good pasta with, and Soda Wax turned me onto this, with some locatelli Parmigiano what is it, Parmesan? No, it's the other one. Pecorino Romano. Locatelli Pecorino Romano. And between the Locatelli Pecorino Romano, which has a sweetness and a tang to it, which is delightful, and then that simple pasta sauce on some high-end pasta, dude, it's just the simplest, most yummiest thing ever. It is just this simple, and yeah. And okay, so Piccola tea, you boil the entire package, then freeze the plain cooked stuff for later. That's a good idea. I've never thought of doing that with pasta for some reason. And Orange Crush 83 sounds great. Yes, it is, because here's the deal. I've noticed a lot of YouTube content creators who are from Italy proper. They really don't like our jarred tomato sauces that we use on our spaghetti. They're just like, this is not how we do it in Italy. These are way too flavorful. They've got chunks of stuff. Our tomato sauces for your simple pastas are very, there's obviously different style of sauces, but when it comes to just a simple tomato on a simple flippin' pasta, they don't want a lot of garlic. They don't want a lot of oregano. They don't want a lot of rosemary. They don't want a lot of basil. They don't want a lot of flavors, a lot of chunks. They don't want mushrooms. They don't want nothing. They just want the simple tomato flavor to be coming bursting through. And at first, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like that. But you know what? I really like that. It's really good. And Koji, last week, he did some chopped fresh tomatoes, garlic and peas and olive oil tossed with Parmesan Reggiano and spaghetti. Ate the entire bowl. Not at all surprised. Actually, I am a little surprised. Peas, huh? Okay. I've heard of pasta and peas, but not necessarily with a tomato sauce. I mean, I would totally eat what it is you just said. Interesting. Peas, huh? Okay. And Kenny, when I get the invite to eat at my Italian friend's house, I'll cancel all other plans to make sure I don't miss out. There you go. Pussycat, your mother used to go get bushels of plum tomatoes and make sauce for the next winter. She used mason jars. Yeah, totally. In fact, I saw on the YouTubes, I saw a family in Italy who made their own tomato sauce for the whole year, basically that way. But not only would they use mason jars, they would literally just use whatever jar they had on hand. So, like, if there was an old Heinz ketchup jar, you know, the glass, you know, kind that's hard, they would use that. If there was an old, I mean, it didn't even have to be mason jars. It was just any jar with a lid they would use for their tomato sauce. And basically, their tomato sauce they made to save had nothing but, like, except for the salt, the pepper, the tomatoes, and then each jar had one fresh basil leaf in it to help infuse the flavor. But it was a very delicate basil flavor. You know, it's just the one leaf, boop, in the jar, the sauce, they processed it, etc., etc. And so, very simple tomato sauce apparently is the Italian way, so to speak. Now, I know that there is 1,000,008 ways that Italian families make their pasta sauces, and so I'm sure Soda Wax is just like, you don't even know what that you're talking about, girl. My mom and my grandma all made it, blah, 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 blah. And Soda Wax, you're totally right. And Pussycat, I have no doubt in my mind, you're just like, that is not how my Italian grandma made nothing. You don't know nothing. But on the YouTube, I saw these people do this thing. It's where I'm getting my information, so to speak. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, your ex-girlfriend Mary, who still cooks for you, will occasionally drop some of the Italian food for me. The stuff she makes is manna from heaven. Not at all surprised. And Pussycat, you used to also know an old Italian man who would make real sausage. That sounds good, but I will tell you this. I don't want to watch him make that sausage. Because from what I've been told, if you like sausage, don't go down to the sausage factory. All right, and so it is 3 minutes to the bottom of the hour. We need to start wrapping stuff up. I want to thank everybody for hanging out here tonight or today, this afternoon, whatever it is that time frame for you. Pussycat, you also make your own pizza. That sounds delicious. I have definitely, I am afraid of making the pizza dough. I've never made pizza dough by scratch. Anything that requires to be kneaded is just too intimidating for me. So if you make your own pizza, including the dough, salute to you, my friend. I know that Soda Wax makes his own pizza too. I don't know if he buys the dough pre-made and then just makes the pizza, or if he actually makes his own dough. Also super impressive. you flippin' flirpin' East Coast Italian types really do know how to bring food to a new level, and we really don't have a lot of East Coast Italian types here on the West Coast, so I am very thankful for that. And hey, awesome! Keone Nunez popping in for the last second, listening as you make your morning espresso. Shucks, you missed it. Yeah, Pussycat. Not Pussycat, Keone, you did miss it, but that's okay. You're half an hour early for Andy Bumatai's show. So, once we wrap this up, we're going to have a 30-minute break, and then we're going to come back for another hour and a half or so to hang out with Andy. And so hopefully we will see you there. But just so you know, Keone, and just so everybody else who came in at the very last minute knows, I want to re-thank everyone, because this particular channel in the last couple weeks reached a 10,000 view milestone according to YouTube. I don't know whether or not 10,000 views is a huge ordeal, but apparently it is a big enough deal for YouTube to consider it an achievement. And as I've been saying this entire stream, that 10,000 views has nothing to do with me. I cannot watch my videos 10,000 times and get those views counted. It's because of everyone out there who watched these videos that brought us to that. And so, once again, thank you all for making this chat show what it is, because we can't have a chat show without people who want to chat. And, Kulika, dough is easy, look for no need fermented recipe. Interesting. I'm very intrigued by that. And, yeah, I might have to bend your ear about that, because I'm not so sure I know what, I'm not sure I know what fermented really means. And so, but what I do know is, Felicia Nichols, I'm not so sure I've seen you here before until now, but I'm glad to know that you share that wisdom. Never watch sausage being made. But I'm glad to know that you're encouraging me to try to make pizza dough, because it's not that hard. Felicia, you've inspired me. Hopefully, I will be super inspired to make it one day, and hopefully you'll be here to, to hear all about the efforts, and I'm sure some of the efforts will require the haha emote, because I'm sure I will mess it up somehow. But that's okay, because even messed up stuff can taste good after it's out of the oven. Alright, so, boom! We're running a minute late, we're going to turn it off, we're going to wait for 29 minutes, and then we're going to hang out. No, we're not going to hang over. We're going to go hang out with Andy Bumatai. Thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Let other people know so we can chat some more. And I'll see you on Saturday, Statterbox at the cinema. If I don't see you on Saturday, I'll see you Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time for Chatter with Statter. Okay, take care, you guys. Check you later.